In this video, I did an in-store comparison of two of Samsung's Neo QLED TVs, the QN90F and QN80F. But first, a disclaimer. I viewed these TVs without knowing their picture settings, nor did I have any access to adjust these settings, so they may not necessarily or most likely not have been producing optimal images. One of the first things I noticed during my observations was that the QN90F had a matte finish. This will undoubtedly be a turnoff for many potential buyers. However, on the positive side, the matte finish greatly reduced or eliminated screen reflections. I couldn't see myself or store lighting or objects of any kind on the screen. Nevertheless, in my opinion, a matte screen finish has its downsides. For example, I noticed some of the images on the QN90F appeared dull and flat and took on a grayish overtone. Moreover, colors would sometimes appear muted with less vibrancy and pop when compared to the QN80F. But to show fairness to the QN90F, I must mention that certain images in this video did not appear as I saw them in person due to a combination of how my camera recorded this footage and the in-store lighting, which made these images appear with more grayish overtones and less color saturation, in addition to making black levels appear less deep. For these reasons, I suggest you visit your local retailer to get a better perspective on how these TVs perform. You may also notice the camera was picking up reflections from the in-store lighting that appear as a soft and muted glow, that also makes the screen on the QN90F appear more washed out. For the record, these effects were much less noticeable when viewing the QN90F without using the camera. With all the negative comments I've made about the QN90F's matte screen and the effects my camera had on its picture quality, the QN90F did have some positive attributes. First, and as I've already mentioned, it has great reflection handling. The QN90F was also noticeably brighter than the QN80F, which allowed many images to look more vibrant in terms of brightness. I also noticed in many scenes that the QN90F produced more detail and clarity than the QN80F. To sum things up, the picture quality between these TVs traded blows, sometimes in favor of the QN90F and other times in favor of the QN80F. That being said, I generally preferred the picture quality of the QN80F because it didn't have a matte finish, which often diminished the picture quality of the QN90F in my opinion. So, what are your thoughts? Would you prefer the QN90F with or without a matte screen?